everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Explore the Spectrum. I'm your host, Jeanetta Bryant. Today we are joined with Stephanie. She has an organization that is helping get our kids more well-suited for everyday life and independence. And you and I share the fact that we have daughters that have different neurodiverse diagnoses. And I am pleased to meet another mom who is fighting the battle of helping mend the world, right? I feel like we have to fight for our children so hard for them to be able to adapt. And then the more that we can get the world to understand, to adapt back, that's when we get to bridge this divide and we get to see them be their best. So thank you for joining us. Thank you for being here today.
Thanks for having me.
And I kind of spilled the beans just now by saying that you have a child that has been impacted with different diagnoses, but is that how you got to be involved with the community and that's what your passion is all about?
Yeah, that's right. My eldest daughter, she's got ADHD, later was diagnosed with autism, but at the time, again, didn't quite pass the threshold because she's a girl. And so a lot of the masking and things like that. And also dyslexia. So yeah, a few challenges.
And in your journey, you found that it would be important for you to do the ADHD Advocate. And what propelled you to start that?
It was really very much just realizing how little awareness there was of ADHD. So when my daughter, when I had trouble, didn't understand what the nature of the challenges were, I had an occupational therapist tell me it was sensory processing disorder. Did all the sensory exercises, didn't work. She wasn't learning. She was getting frustrated, melting down. So my dad, who's a GP, said, see a pediatric neurologist, and that's what I did. And lo and behold, she had ADHD. She was diagnosed with ADHD. So, and then the medication was transformational for her, really transformational. And, I know that some people don't believe in labels, but basically just based on, what the transformation that she and many others undergo when they're diagnosed and get proper treatment, it's a very important thing to have, to know what you're dealing with, to work with.
Indeed. I find myself saying that to so many newly diagnosed families or families that are facing red flags and they're not ready to embrace the label, right? But if your child had a broken arm, would you not go and get them treatment for it? Ignoring the fact that it's broken doesn't help it heal or mend or for you to be able to move forward. It's just a hang up that I think that we as parents have when really those labels can allow for you to have a golden ticket to having insurance and having proper supports in your school systems. You just go ahead and have that and you worry about your child's journey more so than your own. So when you're doing some of these different coaching opportunities, what is your main focus? What are you working with these families on specifically?
It is very much the awareness, being able to see through the lens. So a lot of my clients, my kids that I coach with ADHD, they've got autism as well. They're very close cousins, as I'm sure you well know. And so it's about them really changing the narrative. They've told themselves such a negative, brutal, usually quite brutal story about themselves because they haven't understood what was going on. And so the first thing that we need to do is to help them see through the right lens, for them to see their strengths. We very much take a strengths-based approach, and for them to understand there are just certain things about their unique brain wiring that may make kind of day-to-day life a bit more challenging. But overall, with the strengths that do come with this unique brain wiring, it's very much worth having these inconveniences that need to be navigated around.
Indeed. Self-confidence is something that we don't always identify as something that we need to build up in some of our kids because we're worried about their social skills and we're worried about their ability to perform at whatever tasks we're doing. And it is rather important. It's important for them to be able to see what their strengths are. And I'm glad that you're doing that. If someone wants to learn more about your organization or contact you, I know that some of your opportunities are virtual. So if somebody wants to know more, how would they go about finding you?
So just through our website, www.theadhdadvocate.com. So you can book a free intro call with one of our coaches. And we also have an online parent course as well that you can purchase. And we're about to launch an academic success program in September, which we're excited about.
Oh, that is exciting. Well, I've been absolutely delighted to chat with you, and I appreciate you telling us a little bit about your story. But I hope that folks will go along and find you, reach out to you, and learn more, because what you're doing is terribly important. And it isn't until you walk the journey that you start seeing where the support needs to come from. And grassroots opportunities like what you have built are really paramount for our kids to find success ultimately. So thank you so much for what you're doing and for joining us today.
Thank you.
And for the rest of our viewers, thank you for joining us as we continue to explore the possibilities.